look at this question. So there are W ways to choose 2 students from class A and V ways to choose 2 students from class B. Now, A has 4 more students than class B and W equals 3V. So how do we approach this question? Well, there's something called a choose function that looks like this. In a vector form, in the choose context, it means n choose k. And the choose function is given by the formula this. The factorials is defined by multiplying by every integer below it until you get to 1. So you get, for example, 5 factorial equals 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which equals to 120. So in this case, we have A choose 2 equals to W, and we have B choose 2 equals V. And we also know that B equals A minus 4, so we can just sub in A minus 4 for B. We know that W equals 3V, which means A choose 2 equals 3V as well. So now we have these 2 equations that we want to focus on. So these 2 equations we can focus on, write it out in that form so that we can actually calculate values, write that out in that form. So A minus 4 minus 2 is A minus 6, so we have that. And then if we times this by 3, we get 3V, and we can set these 2 things equal to each other. Now, 2 factorial is just 2, so I just write it like that. And then, because that's actually a half, if I times both sides by 2, I can get rid of the 2 at the denominators. And then now, I need to calculate this thing. Let's focus on the right side first. Instead of looking like a factorial, consider this. If we have 10 factorial over 8 factorial, then actually all the stuff just cancels out and you're left with 10 times 9, which is a times a minus 1 because they cancel out. So I can actually replace this entire thing with a times a minus 1. And the same thing can be said for a minus 4 factorial over a minus 6 factorial. Consider 6 factorial over 4 factorial. You're left with 6 times 5, and if a is equal to 10, which is what we're assuming here, we have a minus 4 times a minus 5 here, and we also have the 3 here, so we can replace that with that. And now this is an equation that I know how to solve. Expand the brackets, expand this bracket, and then put the 3 in, and then take away a squared plus a. And then don't solve this quadratic because you can divide by 2. Factorize it out, and then you get a equals 3 or a equals 10. Now, which one do we know is correct? Well, if a has 4 more, then it can't have only 3. The other way you can think of it is that if you put 3 into a, then 3 minus 4, you get negative 1, and you can't do a negative factorial. So it can't be 3, so a must be equal to 10, which means there are 10 students in class A.